Hi everybody, and welcome to Dinogamerpey's channel. Now, I have a lot to talk about. Well, first of all, look at my hair. My hair is actually looking on point today versus all the other times I've tried YouTubing. But, anyways, besides my hair for the first time, it's actually looking a little bit more decent. Um, I have a question. Why are we skipping Thanksgiving? Like, does Thanksgiving not exist anymore or something? Because I was scrolling through my Facebook feed and all of a sudden I see Christmas this, Christmas that, I can't wait for Christmas, the presents are amazing. And I'm like, did I not get a memo? Did I just not get the idea that we don't have Thanksgiving anymore? And it's kind of sad because I really like Thanksgiving. And just so you know, I actually know Thanksgiving is still going on. I'm being facetious. But the thing is, like, it's almost like we're skipping Thanksgiving as a society. Like, Thanksgiving no longer is like a common holiday anymore, and that's what's sad. Like, I remember growing up when it came to like Thanksgiving time or whatever. It would be the month of November, and all of a sudden um we would have commercials, where to get your turkey. We would have Thanksgiving commercials and whatnot. All of a sudden, it was like within like the later years, it's oh, October's done, Halloween is done. Guess what, everybody? Christmas is right around the corner, and I'm like, can we get through one holiday before you like get us into the more expensive holiday? Jesus. Oh my god, my head hurts. But that's like one problem I'm having. Like, it's almost like we're like losing sight and I know this is American holiday, so like we're losing sight of that holiday, and it's kind of really fucking sad, in my opinion, that we're losing something, or we're not even we're. It's almost like we know it's there, but we're not discussing it. It's kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the family. Whew, that's even worse. But anyhow, uh, we also have stuff like there's a lot of stuff that's going on, like with the whole elections and stuff, which I'm not going to talk about that because that hurts a lot of people. But that's like really hurting. I mean, in my personal opinion, even though I said I wasn't going to talk about it, it's in my personal opinion because I'm great at contradicting myself. No, but like in my personal opinion, like I told my sister, I was like, why don't we just, take a break from being in relationships? We've been enough of a hoe already of a country, doing this whole 8 years, 4 to 8 years type thing. Maybe we should just kind of call it quits before this election really kicks off, and then all of a sudden this is happening. This is something that's going on, and it's just something that's really like, it's gotten so bad to the point other people from other countries are now getting into the debate on who America should vote for, and it's a little crazy. And now going to classes, like normally I'll sit back in class, and normally they're not even supposed to talk about politics because politics is such an offensive thing to talk about, which is honestly really fucking sad because that's what our nation's drilled upon. We're supposed to be taught about politics and shit. We're not allowed to talk about it because it offends people. And it's almost kind of like, in my opinion, like politics to me is like Thanksgiving holidays today, because where I don't really want to talk about it. I kind of just want to skip it and get it over with because this whole specific election has blown so far out of the proportion that people are forgetting the type of person they are. And that's like the saddest thing that's coming out of this election specifically this year. And I'm honestly, you guys might not want to just be my friend or anything, but you probably just don't even want to look at this channel after this video, because this election right here is what's making me sad to be an American further on, because of how many people have suffered throughout this election. So many people, like, I've seen so many problems being caused. Like, I'll go down the street. Okay, I'm going into the store. I was going to the gas station. I was getting a drink of water. I went to go get the Arizona water that they normally sell. And I walked in, and there were two people yelling, like, face to face. They were yelling at each other like this, and they were debating on whose election, like, the person they were specifically voting for is better. And they almost got into a fist fight right then and there because they were voting for the person that, the other one didn't want to vote for. And then the second time I went to the grocery store, and I went to go get some food or whatnot for the house, and then all of a sudden, like, this guy came up to me and he was all like, hey, how are you? Can I ask you a couple questions? And he had that I'm voting this year shirt or whatever. They have that all over the place around here. So I was like, yeah, I have a few minutes to spare. And he was like, so what's your political view? And I said, independent. And they're like, why are you independent? Why aren't you with the Republican, or why aren't you with the Democrat? And I'm like, because they hate each other. And I don't want to hate the other political party because they're representing the wrong person or whatnot. Honestly, okay, so I've taken a couple of tests, and apparently they can't decide which political party I'm in because I agree and disagree the same amount on both sides. So let's say there are 6 things that they were all agreeing on. I can like 3 things on the other side, on the Republican side, and hate the other 3, and I can like 3 things on the Democratic side and hate the rest of it. So right now, it's like a 50-50 on what I like and what I don't like, and on both sides. Which means normally I'm considered an independent party because of that. Which, I mean, I don't care, honestly. If it was my choice, I would not be voting. But because I don't want this economy, I'm voting because I don't want it to get worse than what it is already. Because I am actually fearing, this is like the scary, this is the very first election I'm going into, and I'm voting, and these are the 2 candidates, plus some others that we haven't even seen, or like, you don't see them as often. But this is the first election that my generation is going to have to vote in. So I'm I'm not too excited. I'm actually really afraid of this election, and it's something that is terrifying a lot of people that are in my generation, because now it's almost like we have to figure out who exactly is the lesser of 2 evils, is pretty much. And it's scary. It's really scary, and I don't want to do this. I almost kind of want to back out, but then if I back out, it's gonna look bad not on my part, but it's gonna just look bad in general, because if I don't vote, what happens if the person that's not supposed to be up there is up there because I was the one person that just didn't vote, and that one vote can it can make a big difference, pretty much. And so I'm really scared about how November's gonna end. I don't know what's going on. And it's like I said, it's just really scary. But aside from politics, let me make a happy note. This is just a random blog. This is just one of my blogs that I just decided to talk about Thanksgiving. We'll talk about politics, and now we're going to talk about something else. Because, hold on. Yeah. Anyways, so there are a couple of new stuff that are coming out. Trying to get away from politics because, like, I could talk about how much it's crazy, but I don't want to not just offend anybody, but I just don't want to talk about it because it's such a sore subject for America that I just don't really care much about it. First of all, normal everyday life, I'm not sitting there going, oh, what's this? That's not me normally. Okay, I'm just here. When it comes to time, I'm doing my job as a citizen to do what I'm supposed to do. And then I go on with my everyday life. I don't sit there and keep dwelling on it, pretty much. But I figure it out. who I want to do, what I want to vote, who I want to vote for, and then I kind of go on with the rest of my life, not really caring, which is sad, which is not really Americanized, but at least I'm voting. That's a lot better than what some Americans they just don't care, like, for the whole thing. They don't vote, they don't care about the whole election, they don't care about the president, they just don't care because it's not involving them. Even though it is. I should have said that. But other than that, this is a gaming channel, so before I get on to politics, I really wanted to talk about that Thanksgiving, because Jesus, I'm so mad about that. It's almost, and like, you guys would be like, well, Peyton, you're fat. Okay, let me love everything about myself, okay? I wasn't talking about the food. I was talking about my love for, the people that are making the food, okay? Just because there's food with it. I mean, come on, this shit is delicious, but I'm kidding. I don't normally, I'm just upset that the holiday is almost gone. But, anyway. Have you guys heard any information about the game, Scalebound? I'm very excited about that. It's, if you don't know what it is, it's pretty much, so far from the previews alone, it is a kid, and I'm talking, not, child, but, teenager. He's a teenager. He's around, maybe 16, 17. He can go be as 16 to 17, as young as 16 to 17, or even be as old as, his very, very early 20s, 20, 21, 22. That's how young this guy is. And he is kind of like this, slim-looking dude who has the personality of, a 5-year-old, in my opinion. And then all of a sudden, he is riding on this dragon, and him and the dragon can communicate. Though every time, my favorite line was the dragon was like, he was like, because dragons don't speak human language. The kid turned around and was like, what? I told you not to talk like that. And it's kind of like, they have this really great relationship, but first of all, that was the only trailer I actually saw in it, because all of a sudden, next thing you see in the trailer is that they're just fucking shit up, and it was amazing. I just want the game so I can destroy shit. That was awesome. And you get to ride a fucking dragon. A dragon! Dude, dragons are awesome! Okay? And the fact that this guy is just communicating with this guy, with the dragon, I'm like, dude, I want to communicate with the dragon. But anyways, other than that, I don't really know much information about it. I heard about it it was mid last year. And I heard about it, and I was like, dude, when is this game coming out? Found out, I think it's coming out next year, some shit like that. I think. Yeah. And, so far it looked interesting, but I'm hoping that when the game does come out, that it will shine a different light on how the gameplay is going to look out. Now, I hope it's kind of not open world, because it looks like it's going to be one of those games that you're going to need to actually follow a path in order to get to the next area, but I hope it gives us different ideas on how to do that. Like in the game Avatar, where the big blue people, I like to call them, they look like giant blue cats. There is this game that was, I think, specifically for the Wii, and it was called Avatar, and you had to fly on the little dragon creature thing, and you had to fly, and you had to do it yourself. You were controlling how to fly him and stuff. I hope we have that, type of mechanic in the game, so that way it gives us a little bit more, it gives us more of an idea on what to do, and that when it comes to it, the story, I hope that they talk about how the two met. It can be you have already met you've already met the two, but over the course of the story that, it's flashbacks to when the kid first met the dragon, or, sorry, I'm yawning, I just got back from class, but anyhow, you start off with the after the flashbacks or whatnot for the years that you're going on with the dragon, that you're also getting you're also fighting people in order to get to get out, I guess you could say, because it kind of looks like the people that they're fighting are almost like the government, I guess you could say, of that area, and they're stuck and they're trying to get back. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know what's going on, but I can't wait for that to come out and actually play it, because now I just sound like a complete fucking idiot. If it doesn't come out where you're with the dragon first, and then you kind of like go through the gameplay and have flashbacks back to when you were a kid or whatever, that in the beginning you start off meeting this dragon and then you the tutorial is where you first meet the dragon, and you kind of figure out how the two came together to be who they are now. And then by the time the tutorial is done, something happened. It was like years later. I still don't know who the people are. Right now I'm just going to consider them the government people and whatnot. Nah. This is a great vlog so far. We talked about politics, Thanksgiving, and a video game. I think I'm on a roll today. Oh, with ugly ass faces. Yeah. I'm on a roll, guys. I'm on a roll. Oh my god. Anyhow, there's another game, which is the Pokemon Sun and Moon, which I've talked about in a couple of my videos already. Sun and Moon so far is coming out, and I do not know who. I'm so excited for it, but at the same time, I'm a little concerned about it, because I don't know who to pick anymore, guys. Like my team. I wanted Litten. That's the first one. I'm getting both games. So my second game, I'm getting and the first one I know I'm picking Litten. Litten is my all-time favorite so far from the three. From the three. There we go. God damn, I have to figure out how to use this camera correctly. Anyway, so like from the original three, Litten was my favorite one since the very early stages. And then the second time, I was like, okay, when I go and play Sun, I'll pick Rowlet, because Moon is going to be the one that is my game. The very first time I go through the game, this is the game I'm starting off with, because first of all, the legendary, I don't care who the fuck you are, that shit is ballin', okay? That is a badass looking Pokemon. It is a bat Pokemon, and we didn't have a really good bat Pokemon since the last one, which is that giant dragon looking bat. Oh my god, that thing was fucking cool. Oh my god, it's just cool as fuck. I can't remember the name of the Pokemon, but it's a giant bat, and it's got like the ears kind of look like they have sound waves in them. It's black with green on it. I think a bit of purple. But my description is awesome. Yeah. But anyway, but these characters, the new bat is fucking awesome. It's a galaxy, which I love galaxies, and then it's got the moon shaped crescent on it. So like on top of its head, it's like yay. Wow, that looked weird. But I love the game so far, and I like that it's bringing back people. But my concern is, like, are they bringing other characters in the game? How long is this actual game? Like, are we gonna have where the normal time is, where, like, in my opinion, X and Y were, like, the quickest gameplays ever. Like, I thought it could have gone on longer, but because they made the game so easy now, and I don't care who y'all are, but Pokemon back then was so much harder, so much more difficult to get through than it is today. Today it's almost like I'm drinking water compared to like I'm sipping on my water, and I'm done with. By the time I'm done with it, I can finish it in an hour. Versus back then, it took me like a shit ton of days just to finish one. one game, it took me so many days to fucking finish it. Nowadays, I could probably wait, finish it under 24 hours because of how quickly the game is and how easy it is. And now that I remember when the game, when X and Y first came out, they had the XP share, which instead of being it on one other Pokemon, for example, if I had both Rowlet and Litten in my party, I would give them both a XP, but not the other people in the party. Now it's throughout the whole group, which is something I didn't actually like. It took away from the Pokemon game. It took away from in my opinion, it kind of like took away the aspects of you training each and every Pokemon. And that was something I didn't like, because that means back then, when you worked on it, at least when you worked on your other Pokemon, that gives you a chance. Oh my god, yikes. But it gives you a chance on working with each and individual Pokemon, and you get to like train with them, and you have to work with them. And I actually figured out a strategy how to do that in the other games, but then when it came to Pokemon Sun and Moon, I can literally use one Pokemon throughout the entire thing and have my Pokemon all around the same level because of the XP share. So that was one thing I didn't like, and I'm pretty sure that's coming back because that was a very, very new feature, which, again, I don't like it, but I'm not in the company. I can't exactly forfeit. You know, I wonder if they were in the party, like if they were in the group, okay, and they're, doing their little meeting, and they're all like, okay, so guys, how are we going to make it easier for Pokemon Sun and Moon? And then they give all the explanations, and then that one person's like, what about EXP share for the whole group? Whose bright idea was it to fucking sit there and go, yeah, you're right, let's do that? Because now there's a reason why the story is going by so quickly, and everyone's kind of like, oh, this is kind of boring. So I hope that they give us more of a lengthy game with Sun and Moon that's coming out versus X and Y, and then I think Alpha and Omega. Those 4 games were so quickly done in my head that I felt like I didn't really had enough time or energy to actually finish them. Or not finish them, but I didn't have enough time to like actually sit there and do everything, because usually by the time when I'm in the story mode or whatever, I like to do everything. But by the time I was done with the story, I still was like not done with other stuff in the game. But because I finished it so fucking quickly, I was kind of like, the game's done. I don't really need to play it anymore. So I hope to God that it's not back like that again. Otherwise, it would just be boring. But so far, I know Sun and Moon is the most anticipated game, or at least the most anticipated Sun and Moon game that's coming out. And it's actually the most anticipated Pokemon game in all the other video games. I found out through a friend, and I was a little shocked. I was like, really? That's cool. That means Pokemon's coming back into society. Hell yeah. People are getting smart again. Until I see that political party. I'm sorry. That's the last time that I'll mention that. But anyhow, those are my 2 most anticipated games. I'm going to be doing a Let's Talk on Final Fantasy 15 because that game is almost out fucking finally. And I really need to talk about it because I'm not normally, like I told you guys, I think I told you guys in another video that I'm not normally a big Final Fantasy gamer, but I do like the idea, and I only played, I think I played like 6 or 7 and then up. I haven't played any of the other ones below, which isn't, like, I'm not so much of a Final Fantasy gamer that I'm gonna go into depth in each and every story, even though I'm a little lost still. But it's still like the game is just so interesting and it's so pretty, and like each individual story is so awesome that I can't help but just keep like playing them because they're just that interesting. But sorry, my nose, like everything is going wrong with me in this video. Fucking hair. Anyway. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. So in my next Let's Talk video, which I think is going to be tomorrow, I'm talking about Final Fantasy 15. So that's a little secret. And that's pretty much going to be all about this video. This is just me talking. I mean, if you like these videos, I'll keep doing more of them. Sorry I've been doing a lot of these recently. I mean, I'm a girl. I have a lot of things on my chest. That was stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, well, that's it for right now. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and then I'll probably get back to playing video games on Saturday. I had to think about it. I couldn't remember what today was. That's bad. Alright, but I'm going to end my video there. So, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button below, and I very much appreciate it. If you have a comment for me, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. And stay prehistoric, my buddies. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.